Hey y'all, welcome back. We're going to do look number 3 with the Roxa palette, and I did type out the color placement that Natasha used. We're going to start with Vanilla Mint, and I need a new toner for my printer, so even though I had typed it out, I ended up writing down this one, and it's 14 steps. And y'all probably like, hold up, wait a minute. Nah, we ain't doing all that. But check it though. For me, if I do 4 shades on my lid, that's 4 steps. First half transition, second half transition, first half lower lash line, second half lower lash line with shadow, and then a gel pencil liner on lower lash line, gel pencil liner on my inner rims, and then if I do brow bone and tear duct, that's 12 steps. So it's really not that much, but just looking at it on paper, I'm like, holy Toledo, Batman, what the heck is that? So, but we're going to do her placement. It's going to look different on me because my eye shape is different than the talent that she used. Right now on the face, we did Fenty brows. I did very minimal on this part of my brows. This is the natural shape of my brows. I did not come further in. I did not try to square off. This is my natural brow. And so when people do all these things and say, oh, I just wanted to look as natural as possible. Natural is how it looks before we do all the things. And so I just drew the tails, which y'all know I don't have any. And then I just filled it in and just very lightly in this part because I didn't want to overdo it. So, and I'm digging it because this is how they are. And this side does have a few more hairs I see, like stray hairs like right here. And so, you know what, y'all, I'm started something new already. On my face is the Pat primer. I have a hair right here. So I'm just going to connect where the hair is to where the other hairs are. And this is going to be our brows. So this is my natural brow shape. And so it did bring it a little further in, but you still see how this side has more hair up here versus this side. But that is okay. Do we want to do a little bit more? Yes and no at the same time, because the more I mess with it, it gets away from me. And then it's like, it doesn't look natural at all. And so this is how we are going to leave our brows. Yeah. And, Estee Lauder concealer under eye and under my nose. For inner rims, she used the black. So I went in with Matte Color Excess Glider Dye, which I seldom use because it irritates my eyes. And I do know sometimes when I'm using the gel pencil liners, they do graze my eyeball, which I don't feel it because it's so soft. But I tried very hard not to graze my eyeballs because maybe that's what was making it tear. I don't know. And it's only the black, and even other black eyeliners irritate my eyes too, whereas other colors don't. For lower lash line and upper lash line, and she did a short wing, she used a burgundy pencil liner. The closest I have is Graphic Content, and it's not a burgundy, but you know, this is what we got. So that's what's going on under here and up top. And y'all know I don't put gel liner up top, but she does a lot of stuff, and I'm just like, yeah. So we also primed the eye with the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer, just a regular one, and I hope I have enough because we're going to be doing a lot of stuff with a lot of colors, and I'm kind of feeling like there's not enough. I'm going to put a little bit more just in the crease area. And so, and then we're going to start these looks. The brushes we're using today are Esom V27s. We're using Sigma 45 Max and also Sigma 45, E49. And I went on the site today to buy more because they sent me a 25% off coupon code. The 49 Max are not even on the website anymore. So I'm just like, damn it. And we're also going to use a Scott Barnes number 62 because we're using all this stuff with different colors. And I do have a sponge tip out because at one point she used her finger, and y'all know I don't like using my fingers for makeup. We have our 3 of the Fenty 220s. If you guys use color switches, this will be great for that because this is a lot of friggin' brushes. And MAC 210 for an eyeliner. For upper lash line, she used the black, which I feel like most people do, but I don't know if I'm going to want to put something different later. So even though we're using her color placement, we're going to troll it out because I'm a troll, and we just want to do what we do. So, excuse me, y'all, this is a lot of stuff, but I'm excited. So we're going to, if you don't know, I don't know where you've been, but this is what the palette looks like. And even though I kept saying it's not a purple palette, both of the 2 looks I did before were like purplish pink, so I'm kind of like, maybe it really is. And I'm just not seeing it when I look in it, nor did I really see it when I did the swatches. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. When y'all see this, do you see a purple palette? If you watch my swatch video, which I do recommend because we compared with some of the Lila shades, let me know if even when I swatched it, if you were like, okay, this is a purple palette. And there is no comparison between, it's only one shade in here that looked like one of the Lila shades, except this one, I think either this one or Lila was just a little bit darker, or this one was a little more shiny, but it was only one color dupe. And so even though people were comparing it to Lila, this is Lila's little stepsister. She's not as bold. The formula is completely different. I do like the formula in Lila a lot better because it's just smoother and creamier. And I don't know what's going on with my pinky. But so those are my thoughts on that. And so I am excited to do this just to see what happens, because y'all know I'll be doing some things and I'm always like, I don't know. So the first thing we're going to do, take Eclipse. And if you've watched any of Natasha's videos, she does put down a liner first and then she puts shadow on top of it. And that's why we're using these Esom V27s, because you see me use it all the time to lay shadow, but then I realized lately it's good for putting on lower lash line if I just use the tip of it. And excuse me for poking you in the eye. So we're going to take Eclipse, which is this shade. And she put this on the outer lid and the outer portion of the lower lash line. So that's what we're going to do. So we're just going to top this liner and then we're going to bring it out. So this is causing me to be intentional and not just slapping stuff on. And I do like when I do create the shape first, and you see this side has that accidental swoosh, but because we're going to fill it in, it's going to be okay. So I do understand why she does that, and it is nice to map out the shape first, but I just be going and doing stuff though. And usually it turns out okay, or at least okay enough where y'all not like, troll girl, you might need to do that again. But, and I do generally, for the most part, like my looks. That's pretty. We're going to leave that just like that. So now we're going to come over and fill this in. She didn't keep, I don't recall if she kept like an angle or anything, and I want to say she didn't, but the looks were really pretty. And what I appreciate about the look she did, one was on a fair person, looked like she had a cool undertone. One was on a medium complexion, she looked like she had a golden undertone, and the other look was on a brown skin person. And so I like how she did that. And so with this palette, she showed it can be used for whoever. But then it was just one look per person, you know what I mean? And so, and most people I know, well, some people do want to use a palette once, and they're like, oh my gosh, I bought it and I used it, and I haven't used it since, and I had it for 6 months. But if you're the type that you do use your palettes, there are transition shades, and so I need to stop taking this up here. And we're checking the shapes, but I'm feeling like it doesn't matter much because she did a lot of stuff, y'all. She did a lot of stuff, and we usually do a lot too, but we do our own thing. And now we're going to use the tip of it to put on the outer lower lash line. So just this part, and we are going to connect it. So the outer lash line here, and we're going to connect it up here. And she puts 2 different shades under here later too. So, and that's a part of some people's creative process. Like, as you do what you're doing, you may look and be like, okay, I want to add this, I want to add that, I want to do this. You know what I mean? And so that's what we're doing. And I'm not sure this was the right brush for this, but let me just make this thicker here so it doesn't look like this is just coming down. Oh, that's nice. So it's, oh, this look she called Purple Classic Smoky Eye. Oh, oh. At one point she used her finger. I'm going to use a sponge tip. I'm going to use the brush first and then use the sponge tip applicator. Oh my gosh, what I didn't want to do is what I did. But you know what? Since I didn't finish the face, I can always, that's just getting worse and worse. Because I didn't finish the face, I can always, and actually I can do it right now. Tapping in on the palette, which is dry. This is the brush I use for foundation and primer. So it's not all the way, because what's on my palette, y'all, is dry for the most part. If I use a lipstick applicator, it might be better. We're going to leave, no, we're going to take a lipstick applicator and just put some right here. Yeah, that did it. This eye is starting to tear, and it feels like something in this eye. And I haven't even done much yet. Like, what the hell? And it's tearing downward already too, y'all. This is not good. This is not good. It's like 60 something outside and it's 76 in my apartment. So I'm like, I don't know what's up with that. Then she took Orchid, which is, both of my eyes are tearing. I hope it's not from that eyeliner, because if it is, it's not going to stop. Where's Orchid? Orchid is this shade right here. She took on transition area. This is the Esum E45 Max. So she put this on transition area. So we're just going to put this right here, extending from the line where Eclipse is. And actually, we're going to sweep over the top of Eclipse as well. And so we're going to see what these shades look like again in the combination that she used them. Was it the entire transition area? Yep. So we're going to bring this to the brows, because my transition area does just kind of go there. Both of my eyes are tearing. Oh my gosh. And they're tearing on the outer corners, which is good, I guess, because when it tears inside, well, this side is tearing too, it can mess up the eyeshadow look. Because I think you saw it yesterday where it creased that inner corner shade. The tearing like just creases because it washes the shadow away. So we're going to, this is nice. So this is my upper puff area, which is what I call it, but for other people it would be their transition area. And so you know what, I do like this. This side looks like it's coming more in, more pointy. This is the E45 Max. This is the E49. The E49 is the one I wanted because I like that it's thinner and a little more tapered. But damn it, this is tearing. I hope that doesn't fall. My palette that has up the dry foundation and primer on it. So we're going to take the 49E, and we're going to take Heather, which is this one. So we're going to tap straight in. And she put this on the inner transition area. So we're going to bring this all the way down, because I think that's what she did. And yeah, they do blend in together. So we knew these two did, but now we know this one and this. Can you see me? We knew these two blended in together, but now we know this one blends in with that one. And so these three shades are interchangeable for me. Depending on your complexion and undertone, they may look different on you, but on me, and my transition area right here is where my eyebrows are. So if we go in a straight line, that's where the eyebrows are. So we're going to put that brush down. We're going to take a clean brush, a clean 45 Max, and oh, Jacaranda, this shade she put on the outer transition, layering over Eclipse. So this is Eclipse, and so we're layering over that. So she's really creating a lot of depth here, and we're going lightly. And I do want to put this on my bare lid over primer to see if it's patchy, because with the sponge tip and when I used it yesterday just for lower lash line, it did feel very dry. This eye is tearing. I need to just let it do what it do and fix it later, since we are going to finish the face and I may put on more foundation under there. And she also put that, yeah, that's it. So over the outer, oh, it's just the outer transition area. But then it's covering Eclipse. So I don't know. So we're just going to just put it right here for the transition. We're not going to take it further. So this way you can see this shade here and that shade, but even though these two blend in together. And so we're just going lightly to put these in. Morgan's looks were very nice. Of course, Elisa Sweat's videos, her looks were very nice. And I'm just like, this side, there's more space between the shadow and the brow versus this side. And I don't know if it's the way my brows are or if it's just me being who I am. So we're just putting a little bit, and I'm using a fluffy brush so that it doesn't dispense a lot of color, but you can see where it is blending upward because it doesn't look like blank space anymore. And this side, of course, has that sharp line from how my muscles are under my skin. I've come to accept it. So now we're going to take Velour. Oh my, this is Velour, and this is to blend out the upper edge of Jacaranda. So I wonder if we were supposed to take that further over. I don't know, but we are going to put that here on the top edge of Jacaranda. Why am I thinking Jacaranda? No, it just said outer transition and layer over Eclipse. So that's only just right here. And so this is looking purple, like a purple look, and it does say purple classic smoky eye. For the program, we had to do a carbon black smoky eye. That was, well, all of it was a learning process for me, to be honest. But I did learn a lot, and I'm glad I have my notes. And those might be looks I go back to put on the professional membership for those who are wanting to learn how to do certain things and they're too far for me to get to or to do a class wherever they are. We're going to put that brush down, and we're going to take Scott Barnes number 62, and she took Sweet Pea and put it over Velour, but there's no more space up here, and that's, damn it, that's the one that looks dusty on me. And so what I'm gonna do is we are going to bring this one a little further over just to take up some of that blank space, that negative space. And we're going to go back to the brush before it that had velour, and we're just going to just sweep lightly, not adding shadow on it, just so this doesn't look dusty. Just so Sweet Pea doesn't look dusty. And we do have blank space like right here. Does she have a brow bone shade? I don't think so, but so we're just going to just bring this here, whatever's in the brush, just so no bare skin is showing, but not adding a lot of color. And so that's what that is. So okay. So now we're going to take Concord. Concord is this shade here, and she put this on the first half of the lid. And she did use a brush for this. And so we're going to, this is a pretty shade. I will agree. This is a pretty shade. So first half of the lid. So we're taking it just under where the transition shade is. And so because we're doing first half of the lid, I need to get more because this is a smaller brush. And I like it because it gives me more control. So we are taking this right under the transition shades. And so that's that. When I look back at this, I'm gonna be like, what the hell? I hope I don't though. Because it's only on the lid. When I look up, I don't see it. I only see it when I look down here. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know I do take my lid shades up higher so I can see them. And so that's what I'm gonna need to do with this. And I think I did say the talent she used had a different eye shape than mine. So we are just going to sweep this on the lower half of that transition shade. So when I look up, you will see some of the sparkle from this. And so that's what we're going to do without adding more shadow to the brush. And this is where I usually take my lid shades anyway. And so that's what we're going to do. Interesting. I'm going to take a little more and bring this a little bit further over. And we're going to do this again. Just so you can see it. Interesting. Now we're going to take Concord, Dixie, this shade on the remaining part of the eye. And she did use her finger for this. Are you not wanting to show up for the party? Oh no, yeah, here it is. We are going to use a sponge tip. Now, here's what I'm thinking. I think she might have overlapped that first lid shade because just that little spot on the outer corner part, to me that looks a little weird. And so, and eye shapes do make a difference. So we are going to overlap that first shade. And now we're going to take a sponge tip and we're going to go back into Dixie. Dixie can get flaky with a sponge tip anyway, probably not so much as with your finger. And this does intensify. So if you don't want to use your fingers, you don't have to use sponge tips. I'm just messy and I don't want my fingers to have all sorts of stuff on it. What's interesting is that she put the darker tone inside and the lighter tone out here. But her being who she is, you know, she's doing her own thing. And then I'm doing her thing, trolling it out a little bit. And you can see up here, you can see some of the color because I did bring it up a little bit higher. So let's put some on the other eye. Part of me doesn't want to tap off because it's tapping off flakes, and we need to get the flake on so we can blend it out. I do believe Morgan uses, yeah, she does. She uses her finger for some shadows, and I'm not sure if Alicia does. I want to say yes, but don't quote me on that. And so you will get more intensity. So you see how this did amp it up using the sponge tip. So when they say you have to use your finger for this shadow, you don't. And you know what, y'all? I have very minimal fallout, like for real. And so I'm just like, oh, I see like one speck here, and that's it. I'm not saying it's not there. I'm just saying I don't see it. And this eye is tearing, I can feel it. But we're gonna leave it because we'll clean that up later, or if we need to put more foundation or whatever. So that is Dixie. So this is what it's looking like. I admit I'm used to having the lighter shades inside and the darker shades out here, but that's what she did. So we're going to, oh, now she takes a black liner, but yeah, let's go ahead and do that now. We're going to use, y'all know I want to put something other than black. This is Black Mirror from MAC, and we're going to put these brushes away to get them out of my way so I can lean my elbow on the table. And we are going to, did I show y'all this already? This eye is tearing. Then she put a black on upper lash line and connected it to the lower lash line. So how it's all connected now, that's what she did. So she does a lot of layering. She layers to add depth, and it does work. But part of me is like, if you're going to put a black eyeliner up here, why did we put those other shades? And I'll tell you why. Because it was mapping out where the other shadows were going to go. And so we're going to still do this wing, and hopefully we're going to come down to the lower lash line and pull that out and then bring it back. So hopefully this wing is not an accidental swoosh. It doesn't look like it so far. Oh, it doesn't. And we're going to put some right here. There's not a lot left on the brush, and I'm not going to put more on the brush because if I touch down this brush in the wrong, I know I felt it. I poked myself in the eye. Damn it. I'm trying to be so careful. And now this brush is completely wet because it went right into my tear duct area. Now this eye is really tearing. Fuck. I really poked myself in the eye with this brush. Lipstick applicator. And I'm going to do my and that does actually work for me. It might be psychosomatic, but it does work for me. So we're going to do eyeliner on the other eye. I really poked myself in my eyeball. Oh my gosh. For some reason, I just now thought of Lynette. I might have to text her, make sure she's okay. It just out of nowhere, all of a sudden. Maybe because one of her videos, I would love for her to come back to YouTube. Somebody asked her if she ever pokes herself in the eye, and she was like, every time. So maybe that memory came back to me. Oh my goodness, y'all. If y'all were here 2018 to 2020, that's when I was with Trevor. I had a dream the other night. And he was in it, and it was not a good dream. He injured himself, like, intentionally. And so I was going to text him. I don't have his number in my phone. He didn't want us to keep in touch, and so I think just for my sake, I just deleted his information. But I know a site that he's on. If y'all know, well, I'm not going to say that because I don't want to out him, but there is a social site that we're both on, and we didn't, like, unfriend each other or anything. And so I'm going to send him a message. I thought about asking his sister how he was doing. And then I said no, because then I don't be like that lady, you know, having her daughter text me like, oh, so-and-so says such and such. And also some people are not always open. He wasn't always open with how he was feeling. And so it might be like, oh, he's doing fine. And really he's not. And that was one of the things I realized during our relationship was I would always check in with him and he would say, oh, he's fine. And then like 3 months later, he would be like, oh, the last 3 months were really rough. And I'm like, really? Because every time I asked you, you said you were fine. Or he would say, yesterday was rough, today was better. But it was never a thing where I really thought he was struggling and he was like seriously struggling. And so that dream was like 2 nights ago. And so I haven't sent the message yet, but I'm gonna send the message, and I'm going to say I'm not expecting a response. I just wanted to just check on, just to let you know that things will be okay, that type of thing, because I don't want to diminish whatever feelings people have. And winter's coming too, and some people do deal with seasonal affective disorder. So yeah, but that was strange, because I haven't thought about him in a long time. And so him being in my dream, I was just like, I woke up like, damn, he must not be doing good if I'm dreaming that, you know, you're intentionally injuring yourself. But anyway, oh, that leads me to a good thing. So now we're going to, I don't know if we still want to use, why did I have out 4 more brushes? We're going to move to the Fenty 220s, and Jacaranda, she had on the second half of lower lash line, and she did do the outer lash line first. My cousin that I said that she was going to go to Jersey and spend overnight with her dad, the one that's actively transitioning, I did check on her while she was there, and it was maybe like 11:30, 12 o'clock. And I said, remember, I'm nocturnal, so if you just want to talk, I'm available. And, you know, she texted back, you know, she appreciated that, and she was going to go to sleep. So the next day in the evening, I texted her seeing if she was home safe, and she was. And this is what was funny. She said her dad had said he was at, what he said was, I went to Dee's house yesterday. And my cousin was like, Dee's house? And he was like, yeah, I went to Dee's house yesterday. And he has been here, but that was like years ago. And then my aunt said, she was here yesterday. And he said, oh, and that was it. But I'm just like, well, it's good to know that, you know, I'm in his thoughts. And it did feel good, you know, for my cousin to actually be able to like have conversations with him and for him to be alert. So that was, I was just like, wow. Wait, that was the second half of the lower lash line. So let me take some more. This eye is really tearing, and we're going to bring it actually halfway over. So I was like, dang, like he's like, I don't know if he was reminiscing or what, I don't know. But yeah, he said he came to visit me yesterday. I was like, what? His daughter was like, hmm. And then she took Dixie for the remaining lash line. So for the first, no, that was the remaining lid, so that was here. First half Concord. She took Concord for the first half of the lower lash line. And where is Concord? Oh, this is Concord. This is a shimmery shade. And so we're going to start here because this side is wet. So we're going to put this here. And we're going to overlap. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shades. See, and y'all think I be just making up stuff when I be using a whole bunch of shades. Y'all be like, I put 1 shade on the lid, I put 2. She has like 2 outer corner shades, 2 different transition shades, or was it 3? And then 2 lid shades. So that see, yo, I feel validated, because I know y'all be thinking I'm crazy when I be putting on, you know, 4 lid shades, 2 different transition shades. This is wet. This is wet. So yeah, it's not just me, y'all. World-renowned makeup artists and have their own makeup brands do it too. I'm with the cool kids. My 2 cousins that said I could do their face, I feel like I want to go ahead and do it, and I am, but part of me is just waiting for my uncle, and then part of me is like, well, just go ahead and schedule it, and then if something changes, you know what I mean? And I think maybe part of me feels guilty, like, how am I going to go do something fun, you know? We're going to bring it, this at Concord, we're going to bring this all the way over. We're going to blow it down because it's wet anyway. As long as it doesn't crease, I'm okay. So this is kind of the look. What else did she do? She took Bolt, which is actually this shade, and she put this on her tear duct area. And y'all know I normally don't do that because I have milia, and so sometimes, well, not sometimes, but all the time, it just makes it look like the bump is bigger. This brush is good for this because it's tapered and it's pointy. And so I am trying to stay away from the milia. And so I'm coming actually on the side of my nose, like right here. And that's what we're doing with that. So just, yeah, so y'all, just shadow just flaked in my eye and I felt it. It just like went swoop. Damn it. So we're just kind of going like this. That's pretty. This side is so wet. So that, y'all, I had out all these other brushes, these other 4, these some 27 brushes. So this, y'all, is the eye look. So we are going to, I'm gonna put a tiny bit more foundation under the eye, or maybe I'll just do, we'll do foundation, because we're just going to go ahead and set the face with Fashion Fair Set It Loose Truly Tawny Powder. For mascara, we're going to use Lancome Sills Booster XL Mascara Base and Lancome Lashy Doll Mascara. We're going to, I just picked up my House Labs bronzers, Deep Level 10 and Medium Level 7. We're going to randomly pick one of the 2 smaller House Labs blushes, and this one is Fire Moon. It's described as a beige pink. We're going to put that on. Randomly choosing a House Labs, oh damn, highlighter, and this is Chocolate Opal. So we're going to randomly choose another one, and this is Golden Pyrite. So Golden Pyrite we're going to put here, and after we do all of that, then we're going to take Hourglass Radiant Light and put this under eye and all over the face. And then we're going to lightly take, y'all, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop? And then we're going to take the Chocolate Opal and just do a little bit on the cheeks and a little bit forehead and a little bit on the chin. So this is going to kind of serve as like a shimmery bronzer. So we're going to do all of that. Oh, for lip, I pulled out my black lip liner. This is Alien from NYX. It's the Suede Matte Lip Liner. This eye is tearing. And we took out Dark Purple, Sephora number 52 liquid lipstick. And so we're going to do all of that, and then we'll come back and the whole face will be done. We did one extra thing. We put this on the center of the lip. That makes this purple not look like a purple. It makes this dark purple look like a black. But this is a bright purple. This is the one from Notoriously Morbid. It's called Charmed, and it's from their sister brand Spellcast Beauty. And I've been wanting to try this so bad. I'm itching to try this one too, but I'm like, not for this look. But then I think it might have went done. I don't know. But so this is what we have. I'm excited about the look. We did put our spin on it, and I'm thinking for her look that she did, I'm thinking she took Dixie further in, so almost like a halo eye, because it's just looking like Dixie is right here. Well, it looks like that because it is just right here. But I do like it. It is different, and I like how when I look down, it almost looks like Negative Space, because it is a really thin, translucent type topper shade, even though she didn't top it. She just put her finger and just patted it. And so I'm wondering now if the outer corner colors were further in, and the first lid shade was further in, and it was just a topper over those 2 shades versus it being me topping it over bare skin. Because over bare skin, I see the shine, I see the shift, but it looks like it's on bare skin. It doesn't look like it's an actual color, which goes against what I said about seeing the shifts. But it just looks like just straight shine and a little bit of glitter maybe, even though it's not a glitter shade. But I do like the look. This is what we have. I'm glad we brought the transition shades further into this part, because then it doesn't just look like my bare skin. The cheek situation is bomb. I am loving Chocolate Opal. It just gives it that extra little of darkness. And I did put some here on the chin and up here. And I used the Scott Barnes brush for that. This is number 67. So I just put Chocolate Opal just here, right here, and right here. And we did do Radiant Light. So again, we did everything we said we was going to do. The only extra was putting this on the center of the lip, and I do like it. But it really does make this one look black. But that's fine, because y'all know I love a black lip. Let me know what you think of this look. I do have a look planned for tomorrow, so you may see another one after this. And then we will circle back to Mario, and I'm excited about that. And you know what, for real though, even though this does just look almost monochromatic, I did enjoy doing this look, like just trying new things and trying her color placement where she put things, even knowing they were going to look different on me. But I was excited to do this, and I do feel excited about this palette. The test will be is when I look back on other purple looks I've done with other palettes, is this necessary? And I don't think any makeup is necessary. It is a desire, it is a want, and that want and that desire can be extremely strong. But what I'm feeling like is, even with the Isom didn't air yet, but that purple column, like, is that going to be something I could do with this? But it would be different because those shades do show up where some shades in here are just topper shades, you know what I'm saying? But if the look is so similar to other stuff, it's like, why have this? You know what I mean? So time will tell what the verdict is, but I do not have buyer's remorse anymore. And when I do have palettes that I later declutter, it's not buyer's remorse. It's just like, I can do this with other stuff, or it just doesn't call to me type of thing. It's not because I'm feeling like, why did I buy it? And sometimes it is, not this time, but there are times when just want to experience something. You know what I mean? And so that was the afterthought from ordering Mario. It was like, well, I don't have any of his shadows, his palettes, and so I'll try it. But the first thought was I was just shopping because I was just feeling emotional. But with this, I am glad that I have it. I am glad to see what else I can do with it. I am excited to see if I can do different looks with it. So this is a far cry from the live swatches. I'm like, don't get it. But still, if you prefer deeper looks, darker purple looks, just get Leela. It's still on her website. And we know our holiday sale is coming up, so it will be, I think, discounted or at least on sale. But I do like the look. I'm thinking I could dupe something else out to get this look. I do like how this purple looks, and to me it's looking purple down here, but looking up here at myself it looks blue. But I do like the ombre look from the dark purple, which to me is looking black compared to this one. But so I am happy to have it. I'm glad to have it. I'm excited to see what else I can do with it. And that's kind of where I was with the golden palette when I knocked out like 10 looks with it, just to see like what else can I do. And even though a lot of looks were similar, it was easy to work with, and I knew whatever I did, it was going to look nice. And the same with I Need a Warm. I don't regret either one of them, and I am glad to still have them, even I did mix, I'm babbling, Warm with the mini star palette shade. So we're gonna go because I'm babbling, and I'm babbling because I'm excited now. So this is like a 180 from how I felt when I first swatched it. And again, it's accepting it for what it is and just trying new things and new color placements, and the shadow mapping out, the eyeliner mapping out where the shadow was going to go, which I don't really know if that made a difference for me, mapping it out or not. But you know, trying new things. I do encourage y'all to try new things from time to time, because you might find out you like something new, or you might be like, yeah, that didn't make a difference. I'm not going to even bother with the extra steps. Excuse me. So that'll be it for this video, and stuff is popping up over here for you to watch. If you've been here before, you keep coming back, go ahead and subscribe, like this video, comment under my videos, go through my playlist, just hang out, join if you like, because me and the members be having some fun, y'all. Yeah, so if you want more of the party, go ahead and join. And so thank you for being here. As always, self-acceptance, self-love, that is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you will see me soon.